Hey guys, Javen Keaton here. Today I figured I'd talk a little bit about hydroponics and specifically growing mediums. My research for this video I did through gphmag.com. I'll try to put it in writing for you guys. I did access this information today, August 22nd at about noon. I know information can change, so that's important to note. So let's get into it. Okay guys, so the first growing medium I'm going to talk about is Rockwool, and I think it's probably the most widely used. It's considered the perfect growing medium, but that's arguable. So here I got a piece of dry Rockwool. This hasn't been used. It's not technically reusable. You're really supposed to soak it before you use it. Dry Rockwool can be considered hazardous because it can have dust and contamination stuck in it. So you want to soak it before attempting to use. And when it's soaked, it's pretty easy to poke just a little hole, put your seeds in, and then you can put it in a propagation tray or something along that lines. Some people use just a Ziploc bag and germinate your seeds in this, and then transfer it probably to this before you germinate. But this is a net cup, and you'll use the net cup to set it in your solution. Okay, so on to what my research drew up. Okay, Rockwool is also known as stone wool, and that's because Rockwool is actually melted rock or stone, and it's spun into a fibrous cube like this. I certainly can't see it with my eyes, so you can't see it probably either, but it's spun like a yarn, and somehow it makes it into this cube like this. And then it's also available in slabs. I don't have an example to show you, but they'll keep it in a plastic bag, I believe, and it'll be cut out for where you can set this piece, and it'll be fully contained just like a pot pretty much, and they'll grow in it. So properties of Rockwool includes holding a good amount of air while also maintaining a moisture. So the balance between air and moisture is one of the reasons Rockwool is used so often. It's considered to be suitable for all plant sizes, so you should be able to use this for almost anything. That's the claim this website made. And it's supposed to, at all times, maintain at least 18% air. I assume that's by volume. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but they're not very specific on their details. And one thing it does note is to soak before use. I think I mentioned that just a little bit ago. And that's not just to keep the dust out, but it's also supposed to help with the pH, because rock wool can be high pH, and somehow soaking it's supposed to help with that. And then the website also notes that it never decomposes, which they think could be a problem, but one thing to note is that it is made out of rock, so technically it is a natural part of the environment. So it's not really, not chemical or anything, it's just rock, so, or glass, I mean, but technically it's rock, so not a whole lot of environmental impact there, and it's not considered reusable, but with it being rock, I'm not sure that that's much of an environmental impact. Okay guys, so next medium is going to be perlite and vermiculite. Now, perlite is made from volcanic rock. It's white and lightweight and is known for its ability to hold air. Vermiculite is made from heat expanded mica. I'm not quite sure what that is. If you want to know, I can look it up. So comment in the questions if you'd like to know. Otherwise, I'm just going to leave it alone for now. It is shiny in appearance and flaky. I'm not quite sure what that means. I don't mess with a whole lot of vermiculite, so I'm not familiar. Okay. According to the website, they are not recommended for large plants. They're recommended for starting seedlings and stuff. But I have personally seen perlite sold in bigger sizes. Maybe not that big, but they do make it in bigger sizes for hydroponics. And I don't know about vermiculite. I would assume not for vermiculite, since it's not necessarily used as much for hydroponics, is my understanding. And then I also have a YouTuber I love to watch, MHP Gardener. That stands for Mobile Home Park Gardener. And he's done lots of tomatoes and Dutch buckets using perlite, and as far as I could tell, he did really good with that. So I have seen people do pretty, because I consider tomatoes to be a pretty large root system, so I'm not sure that's a reliable statement there. Sorry. Okay, and then the website also states that perlite is good at wicking moisture, but does not hold it well. So, and then it's also considered inexpensive. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but and then vermiculite is opposite, as it holds lots of water and not very much air. And perlite is considered hazardous, as it contains lots of dust, which can be dangerous for your lungs. So many people wet it down before attempting to use it. Okay guys, so next growing medium is going to be expanded clay. Now, expanded clay is made from clay in a kiln, and it is also called grow rocks, which I've not heard that before, but it's understandable. It's considered to work well in hydroponic systems. I've personally seen it mostly in aquaponic systems, especially flood and drain, and I've seen lots of people use that successfully in aquaponic videos. So clay can expanded clay can range in size by quite a bit. I don't remember the exact numbers, but they were in metric, and so didn't mean a whole lot to me, but I know they can vary a lot in size. They drain well, which allows them to hold air. They're good for circulating systems, as I mentioned, like a flood and drain system. I'll hopefully talk about that in another video soon. But and then I did mention the low water holding capacity, which accounts for the drainage. So and then the pellets are considered expensive, which I can confirm. I was gonna buy some and saw the price and didn't need them that bad, I guess. So but they are considered very reusable, and I believe they claimed they were the easiest to reuse because they clean easy, but I I have not tried it, so I do not know. Okay guys, so my next growing medium is sand, and I'm going to go ahead and cover gravel with that. So sand is not widely used, but it is the oldest known hydroponic media. It has a low water capacity and a high weight, and that equals compaction in the root zone and a low air environment. And I would assume that's why it's not widely used now. Gravel is the earliest commercially available hydroponic media. It's considered cheap, easy to find, but it has a low water holding capacity, and it technically doesn't hold air, but because of its large size, it allows the roots to have air when drained properly. And this would also be used in a flood and drain system like the clay, and that would allow the water level to change, so that way you have air, since they don't technically hold air. But like I said earlier, hopefully I'll go over that in a different video. And then gravel is also reusable like clay, but since it has a high weight, it's not as easy to reuse since it's hard to clean. Okay guys, so my next growing medium is sawdust, and I'm going to make this brief because it doesn't really apply to anyone except maybe if you're in Australia. It's had limited success. Almost all of that's been in Australia, and I believe it said it's pretty much just with tomatoes, and I assume that'd be a similar growing method to the new trend with the straw bale growing that I've been seeing. But there's problems with contamination, which renders it pretty much useless if it's contaminated. Decomposition can make it useless if that happens while you're using it. It has a very high water retention, which will suffocate the roots and render it useless. But it's considered free, which any of you guys who've taken an economics class know free is not free. There's a reason it's free. You're paying with something besides your money. Okay guys, so my next growing medium is going to be a cocoa fiber or core. This is rapidly becoming a popular medium, this may be soon the most popular according to this website. It is considered organic, pretty much just because it's a waste product of coconuts. Not a whole lot of way to tell if it's truly organic, unless it comes specifically from an organic coconut farm. So I'm not quite sure why that was included in the article. It is excellent at holding air. It claims that it holds more air than Rockwool. It did not provide a percentage like it did for Rockwool, but it also claims that it holds more water at the same time than Rockwool's able to hold. And I assume the reason for them not providing numbers is this is based on weight and not volume. So the Rockwool will just expand to hold more air and water instead of just having capacity in it. But that was not stated, so I could be wrong on that. It can be very high in salt content. They typically rinse it. I believe the high-end product is called triple rinsed. There may be a higher product I don't know about, but triple rinsed is the highest product I've heard about so far. and it's not supposed to have very much salt in it at all. And then it's also considered a good medium because it has little or no nutrient value. So it's not supposed to mess with your solution, supposedly. But I've only used cococore for pot gardening, or container gardening, excuse me. And I found that it works pretty well for that same reason. You put the nutrients you want your plant to have in there, and it doesn't have anything else. So I think that's about it for cococore. Okay guys, I think that's all I'm gonna do. There was more mediums they listed, but they seemed kind of repetitive and not very different to me, and I didn't think they were very relevant for you guys. If you want to know about them, you're sure welcome to ask me in the comments below. But my video is probably long enough that most of you won't watch most of the video anyways. But I think I'd been asked several questions in person recently about hydroponics, and so I wanted to get a video out to you guys. I know I haven't been doing a lot of videos. I apologize for that, but I appreciate you guys watching. Please like the video, comment if you have any questions, concerns, and God bless all of you.